Okay, y'all. I wanted to say something very, very, very interesting. So, y'all, I have experienced a lot of vampirism, and it's making me want to go back into like some of the shows I watched. Like when I started watching the Vampire Diaries. Like it came out in 2013, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I was probably like 12, 13. Um, so I'm very interested about it. So first of all, let me say this thing. I actually be grappling between wanting to just go outside and be in nature and enjoy nature for just nature's sake outside of technology, because I'm always on technology. I'm always connected, and it's not necessarily making me better or worse. Like, I mean, of course I can't be connected to all things, everything. Like I can't know that this is happening. But I mean, I actually, if you meditate, if you get yourself right enough, you actually probably can pick up on a lot of different frequencies if you so desire. But that's beyond the scope of what I'm explaining. More so that even if you are online 24/7, you're not seeing everything that is happening online in the world, because there's a percentage of people who are not in online still. Even you could think about how we've just come to a point in our psychic to even embrace how vast the world really is. Like, we didn't even realize the world was this big until social media came into existence. Like, a lot of us know the world is big, and to go to this country, even when you're traveling before social media, you knew that, to go to another country, it was this, it was that. But social media presents a whole different, like, mind thing, because it's like, like, without seeing it, it's somewhere else. But when you can pull up your phone and you can see how it look over here, over there, how people living over here and over there, you like, damn, how can I get there? I want that. I want to try. I want to see what that's like. So, nonetheless, it just brings on a lot. But nonetheless, I'm going to try to do like a complete, like, no social media. No social media. Like, I'm not going to be posting, writing, nothing technology. I'm going to try to, like, write, maybe, like, I'll probably, like, write and journal and try to see, like how I live with that, like how I experience that. I want to try to do a full 30 days, because I feel like anything you can do for 30 days kind of just give you a full, like, study palette to, like, know what's going on. Hello. And so it's funny, I just see my sister. Okay, so I realized that a lot of stuff. A lot of shit be getting me off of my bunkers, like being in nature, wanting to just enjoy nature and listen to what nature has for me, but then also having that aspect of me who is like ADHD and kind of like hyper stimulated and just needing to get a lot off her chest, off her mind, off her heart, off her spirit. And like the thoughts just be thinking. I be thinking the thoughts, and I be wanting to share the thoughts, but maybe, like, me, part of me is learning that you don't have to share every thought, everything that comes to your mind. And I was noticing, just like with the jobs that I do, I overshare and I don't actually communicate like properly. And I'm not even gonna say it's not proper. I'm gonna say, like, I don't know what language I'm trying to convey through my expression, but the English language does not contain my depth of like connection or like understanding. And I already had the speech impediment, so it's very difficult for me to even form some of these words, ideas, and play telephone, relay messages. I'ma always come up with my own expression for what that word means. I was gonna walk that way, but I really don't want to walk that way. So And it's sad that you got to walk a whole different way because you involved yourself with these people when you could have just kept it cute. But anywho, that's another thing I want to talk about. How, like, my whole plan of, like, back in the gap was like, I want to be able to, like, just wake up every day and document my life. Like, not because I'm being egoic, like, I feel like like people need one. I mean, of course, I ain't gonna lie. I have a desire. I like being seen. I like being a leader. I like being a spokesperson. I like conveying truth. I like guiding. I like all the things that I feel like I'm cultivating and developing within myself. But I also understand the responsibility that comes with that. So I don't want to ever engage with that impurely or just because. And I have before when I needed some cash. So, anywho, just grounding in the reality of what my life is, and I'm wanting to like share that, like that experience, like, because one, I don't know what the world of tomorrow really will contain or exist in. Like, even like some of the stuff that we're experiencing right now is beyond me. Like some of this artificial intelligence, this the Matrix, all the like the cartoon stuff, like my mind left cartoon world when I was a child, and maybe that's not a good thing. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to think about that. Like, you know, like, is cartoons indicative of child and youthfulness, childlike energy? And I wouldn't really say it has to be down to cartoons. In fact, I feel like the cartoons is more delusion, more illusion, more confusion. If you think about just like people, like I love the aspect of creating and finding something to connect to outside of yourself and creating. Like we are extensions of the creator. We have that ability, so why not create? Cool. But I often feel and sense that some people create from a like a less like whole space, and so let me not say like you create from a whole space. Let me say something else. All I know is that I was wanting to I just be wanting to, you just want to be, and sometimes not, or intellectualizing, or even just looking at how everybody else is doing it. Like, you don't realize this was possible. Like, you realize, oh, I do this every day. Then you see content of some shit going viral, 1 million views, or some shit. Like, you do that every day, and it's like, damn, how the fuck is this happening? If you desire to have like a platform, not just because you want notoriety, but because you actually believe you have a message, you can offer something to people, or you desire to offer or be of use of service to people in any way, shape, or fashion that doesn't rob you too much, right? So with this in mind, one, I'm also reason why I want to take a break from social media is because I want to like deal with myself, like my attachment to okay, so one, I went to social media because I didn't trust my family. I couldn't trust the people that I was living with around me, with the totality of what I was experiencing, even with them. Like, people say you come talk to me, you can confront me, but every time it's time to be honest, true, it's gaslight, it's manipulation, it's denial. And that could dwindle and cause more harm than actually just letting shit be, or like, you know, like a lot of people don't comfortate or don't like go about it like that, with people like, you didn't even try to see what I mean, or you didn't try to get clarity, or you didn't try to rectify or find a resolution. Now, sometimes the resolutions is accepting what you received. That's resolve. Okay, and move around. Like, I don't want that. What are you doing here? Like, why what are you trying to... You're not God. I'm not God in the sense that I could mold and shape and get you to do and be who I want you to be. Only God could really work inside your heart in a way where you look at yourself from that space. And a lot of people they're denying their gods every day. They're abusing their God. They're doing so much to their inner God. So I can't even be focused on another motherfucker. Like, if my last relationship taught me anything, it should have taught me to really respect and honor people and myself and what we could cultivate or destroy, and not to settle because you're lonely or because you're needy or because you immediate gratification, and there's a part of me, or I say me because it's entities that want me to believe that these are very much me, and that if they die or if they subside and allow another version of myself to get on the show and on the scene, primarily on the scene, instead of that raggedy ass shit, they feel like they're just not going to be of service, of use. They're not going to be able to be fed or give the system. But right now, they are causing me deficits, harm, death. We dying, baby. I can't die for you. Like, you killing me to survive. You're not gonna have a host to live with if you do this like this. We can't do this. So, like, this is what befriending and getting to a point where you address these entity formations, these demons, what is it? What is it, Kawanda? What are you missing? What are you needing? What do you feel? What haven't you accepted? What is still being thrown at you? Like, I realized, like, I've been in a lot of situations where I just wasn't protected, and it's caused a lot of psychosis, mental issues, whatever you want to, you name it, baby. Whatever you want to name it, that's what it's called. So, I'm trying to figure out if what I'm experiencing is actually, like, I'm trying to get to a point where, like, what's actually me, my essence, my spirit, what was, like, put on me just from, like, let's say just like my mom and my dad, like, what they didn't alchemize before they had me, and then you, not only do I have to do that, but then it's like, as a child, the things I couldn't control, like, when do you start to get some spiritual responsibility? Because I feel like it could be at birth. Like, when I think about, like, for example, one of the spiritualists or just amazing women that I honor and allow to assist me in my journey, she I'm gonna go this way for some reason. she has a daughter, and she mentioned that her daughter is like from early ages was just um very sure about what she wanted, what she needed, and who she wanted it from, and just not settling for like, even if she could do it herself, but like being okay with asking for help, being okay receiving help, being okay having things done for her. And it made me think about, like, yeah, there's probably some genetics, like as far as just a pure bloodline and stuff like that, but then also made me think about, like, what type of work did the mom do or had done. And then also just like the spirit of that person, like who is the spirit that came to experience life again? Like, is it one spirit, like one spirit, like the spirit of God, and then it split into all of us? Or is it just like, what is it? What is this a combination of? Like the human body, the bloodline, genetics, and the unseen world. So like, it's like, how often are other spirits, powerful spirits, kings, queens, gods, and people who manage to ascend or accrue a level of worldly whatever that they manifested spiritual essence. Like, I'm just curious about these formations, like spiritual formation, like energy, like baseline energy, like the basics. Like, what is the basics? How do you learn the basics? And not, I mean, yeah, maybe I have to learn under some people, but I feel like this is something that I could just receive from the universe, from God, if I'm really just doing the work and being open to who the hell I am for real. Like, that's for me to figure out, So that's what I'm trying to do, is decipher, who the hell am I? Who am I? Who am I? And my why. Like, why do I do the things that I do? Why do I wake up every day and go to a job I don't want to work at? Like long term, like, yeah, there is, I don't, I just have to think about stuff like that. Like, why do you stay around people that you love, you care about, but you like, it's not like, sometimes the feelings don't matter. Like you don't feel good around them. Like, not physically, like physically too, but like, I'm talking about energetically, spiritually. Just don't feel good. And it's okay for people to be different. It's okay for people not to be the same. But something happens when there's more of this and few of this, and it's not equally yoked. So people can hoot and holler about, what you should do and not do, and how you should do and not do it. But no one really has the tools to help you navigate what is truly best for you, but you. And so I've been like coming up with like an exodus. Like, how do you leave? How do you like just let it go? Like, it's not out of fear. I'm not afraid. I'm obviously not afraid, because I'm willing to face it for myself. I'm willing to go against a million demons to save people from their demons, that's demonic. Who am I to do that? Who am I to put myself on the chopping blocks, and just allow forces, and it's manifested in the physical. Like, the way I've allowed all these men, oh, that's a beautiful red bird, to, just violate me. It's crazy. It's some spirits attached to that. Cause something told me to look. Like I remember that something was there last time, which is interesting to me. But yeah. I'm searching, but not like a chicken with their head cut off. More like for flow, for balancement, for sureness, for a concrete confirmation that I am who I say I am according to divine energies. And it could be the simple things. Just for me, I would like for it to be manifested where I could have more motion, more motion in my life, like more flow. But you have to acknowledge, like, when I look at my family and I try to see like what's the disconnect on both sides. Like on my mom's side, hard workers, a lot of addiction to hard drugs and what else? Alcohol. And so it just makes me think about like this. If you really believe that you're receiving divine codes, then what about people who feel like that too, but are receiving, like, when you think about the pharmaceutical company, you think about all this stuff that's in the world. It's like, why the fuck would these people, all that you could do, and this is what you choose to do with the world? This could be, we could have advanced ourselves like just I can't even begin to unpack who we could have been, what we could have been, past just what we originally were made to be. If we managed the gift of God properly or better.
It's really not. It's just
and sometimes you never know, like, what is the purpose of human beings on earth? Like, what are we doing? What makes sense for real? And so, thank you to my not earth side, but my spirit baby, my earth angel. Well, I'm an earth angel, so I don't know. Like, I've always had these moments where I would wonder, like, if my baby was a boy or a girl, and I still have a lot of internalized shame and stigma and guilt around my decision to abort. But often I'm soothed by energy that I know would have been my child's energy. And even with the way children respond to me, it's almost like also like a reminder that you would have been a wonderful mother. You are a wonderful mother. Remember, just because you don't have physical kids or you chose not to carry to term, it doesn't take away your responsibility and your role. And I think that's actually something that I could actually start to utilize in my storytelling, in my journey, in my becoming. Cause I was like, how do I present my story to the world? Like, not from the political state that I got wrapped up in, but from an honest, pure, authentic, like, I was afraid. Like, this is not a intangible fear, y'all. This is not a fear that I couldn't touch or feel. I know I lived the life of a single parent, and to imagine a life where I would be going into that from starting off, it didn't make sense. It didn't seem like preservation, nor did it seem like life bearing. It didn't seem like I was giving birth to life. I actually feel more like my abortion was a sacrifice to death, living lives of death, living lives of sacrifice that is totally not even the ceiling, the floor for what you could be doing. And I'm like, being a mother, being a parent is the most responsible, like, that's the most important role in the world, in the universe, because that's how we've gotten where we are today, is procreation. So that decision to have sex with somebody, that decision to allow yourself to be nutted in, like, all of these things are intricate things that we take very improper. Like, the fact that we create physical life from that act alone should make us like, hold on, like, who the hell do I think I am that I think I could just call on this energy whenever I want to? That I could just tap into this energy whenever I want to and create, not saying that isn't a beautiful thing, but I just experienced so much disconnection with childbearing, and that could be just how I was born into the world, my experience. I feel like my spirit, my physical body remembers something about that experience that it don't want to encounter or be the causation of the and I feel like that's okay. I feel like it's brave to accept that you aren't as strong as your mother was. You aren't as strong as other mothers are in the world. So no, I'm not going to be out here risking my mental health, literally my well-being, my whole entire life, just to show who are you trying to prove that when you decided to have these kids and carry to term and not go get an abortion or whatever, not left the kid, you knew that the dad would be better for the kids, or whoever, whichever dynamic, mama's better for whichever dynamic. Who were you trying to prove what were you trying to prove, and who were you trying to prove capability to? And why? Why do you need to, or why did you need to manifest outside, create a you outside of you? What was that? And I feel like we have actually literally, but like unconsciously been, not only are we being like formed and like conditioned through the hormones to be hypersexual, that not only are we being pushed to do this more, but also we're losing actual character traits and personality traits and traits that actually need to be in the world, because it's happening too fast and we're not developing, and DNA isn't being cultivated like it should. So it's like a forming, like just trying to produce a bunch of star seeds. Who's the next? Like just trying to get to the end point, and not actually slowing down enough to enjoy the spirit. We're literally working ourselves to death, working to death. And I know, like, for me, I've just been thinking, like, when people will be like, for example, I talk about this one example all the time because this is the first person that it made me disconnect from the podcast, because I'm like, nah, something isn't, like, I get it, but I don't get that. So B. Simone was like, you know, if you're telling me that your purpose is to work at Starbucks, I'm not gonna agree with that or whatever. With this, with that, with this, with that. I feel like everybody should be not working a 9 to 5. So people should be operating their purpose, living in their purpose, living in their truth. Okay, like, I get the whole, like, we are so entitled, because 9 to 5, like, that could be anything. You could be the richest motherfucker and still work a 9 to 5, or have to show up from this time to this time to accrue that whatever, you know. So either way, it was just kind of weird when I got that perspective, because it was like, but you go to Starbucks probably every day, so you don't have the conscious ability to create this for yourself, yet you think that a person who is providing with a drink that you utilize every day is not living in their purpose. Matter, they is. You're a multimillionaire. They get to serve your coffee every day, or almost a multimillionaire or a millionaire, whatever. So can you imagine, like, a person who's working at the Starbucks you go to every day to see you? What that means to them to know that you go to them every day, and what that could, like, what they probably could think about investing into Starbucks, owning their own Starbucks, and making it a luxury only Starbucks for celebs, for, you know, and change the whole formula about what Starbucks do. But so when I got that perspective, I feel like it was like from a state of a space where she had accrued so much, like, material wealth that it hadn't quite rooted in, like, she didn't have a lot of roots, because, like I said, unless everything you do is you like you people like, I'm a millionaire, I'm independent, I'm an entrepreneur, I make money, I make a lot of money, baby. Unless everything that you do is 100%, or at least 80 to 90% facilitated by you, meaning you don't have to rely on another person to get it, access to it, you're not the type of freedom you think you are. Because the second someone can't go to work, the second we have another pandemic, the second, think about the mail. Think about all, like, people. Think about these people just decide they don't want to go to work no more. Think about, let's say they've been working 9 to 5 since they've been working 9 to 5, and they get diseases that cause them to not be able to work that type of job. Let's just say, what other essential service? Like, the people who are working at these watering plants, that y'all don't like to drink the tap water. Y'all hate how that tap water tastes. You hate the idea of tap water. You hate the idea, but you're going to drink you some bottled water out the plastic. So what about all these people who willingly wake up every day, go to these watering companies, and they feel like they are supplying millions and billions of people who didn't know if this company if they decide they didn't want to sell water no more, there's millions of people who may not have access to water. Or if enough of us stop coming to work for enough amount of time, that could implement the supply chain and everything else as far as the distribution and all that. So it's like, when you start to go back and back, you drive a car, or you got a personal driver. So that person has to show up every day. They got responsibility. They got to go to gas stations. So the people at the gas station got to show up to work every day. The people who the gas don't come from where you at. So they got to go get the gas, bring the gas truck. Like, the people who drive the truck, like, everything is interconnected. There's nothing in this life, in this world, that a person, all this whole self-made, this whole by myself mentality, this whole individual thing, that is a trick of the devil. That is an enemy. That is like, even when you do accrue a lot of money, you didn't do that by your fucking self. You got people you probably gotta pay. You probably got shit, people that feel like you need to pay them because when you didn't have money, they was your they afforded you a lot. Even just when you do become who you are, like, yeah, it's who you are, like your spirit, your consciousness, your energy, personality, character magnetized and got you to this place. Absolutely 100%, do not deny that. But also consider all of the other peoples who are spirit and God and who loved you enough, who saw you enough, B. Simone, to watch your lives every day, watch your funny videos every day, make you go viral, repost that. Like, y'all don't understand that it's a hand in everything. It's not just one person doing it. You'll feel so worthless and like, but you might be in the share that put it to the person that put it to the person that put it to the person, and it's like, you don't know that it might not come full circle right from that thing, like you get your credibility from that, but just to feel connected to that, or to know you shared that or was a part of that, or let's say like, I can't really describe it, like you, like, even unconsciously, just you don't know what, you don't even know some of the things. Like, God is so good about what is wanting to be happening, that we do things for the greater good, for the divine. We are always working the great work, even in our unrighteous behavior, because that showcases not reflection, contrast. And we need contrast to understand our preferences and what we like and what we want and what we truly desire and need and are meant to experience and prefer to experience. And so I'm embracing all of that I've been experiencing. I'm not gonna be like big-headed. I'm not looking to be famous anyway. Like, if anything, I would rather have a little more money in my pocket. Not because of, like, you know, all this stuff, but just because I want to do more. I want to cultivate experiences that with people who have money, just not thinking they could, like, you could literally create more money by giving money. Like, you create an event where people feel like they're at home. You have money until they die. If people find home with you, they find love, care, true loyalty to you, you don't ever have to worry about nothing. And this is something that I feel like Kanye was talking about, that they were trying to distort and really just collude with all his madness. But that's beautiful. Okay, so what else? So yeah, I just been like, I be getting discouraged because, like, I know that I'm like dealing with a lot of mental illness, and my excuse is that I don't have the money to heal and do the things I want to do. But the reality is, I choose to put my money where I want to put my money and not where I know I need and should put my money. And now that I'm re-navigating and re-mapping, like, do you love yourself enough to live for what you say you are living for? Or do you hate yourself enough to die for what you are dying for by choosing to live like this? So it's like, you have to make that decision. You have to come to a equilibrium with you, and it may not be a cold turkey this or that. It may be something where you are in that flow. You are here, you may be here, you may be here, you may be here, you may be further here, you may be there one day, you may be here, you may be there, you may be here, you may be there. You never know where you may be at any given point, but you have to be willing to embrace where you are, even if it's not favorable. And this is something that I could say better than I could do. It's funny how we beat ourselves up, because if I just shut the fuck up and I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm here. I'm talking. I'm living past I'm living past my mental health. I'm living past low education. I'm living past poverty. I'm living past abuse. I'm living past traumas. I'm living past a fucking genocide. I'm living living through war crimes. I'm living through all of it. So I'm doing it. I am doing it. And I guess I have reservations for how it should look, maybe how it should feel. Maybe I want it to look and feel like this. And those are things that I feel like that's easy. God, I don't mind living like this, but can we kind of like, damn, if it's within your will, can I have a little, can I pick the type of pie I gotta cut? Can I pick how big the pieces that I get that, like, damn, give me a little, short. But if that's like Jesus, but as your servant, as the one who was created, not the creator, your will is to be done. So if I'm not going to be given those things, give me whatever I need to do what you were calling me to do, because I can't do it on my own accord. Matter of fact, I'm not going to do it. When are we going to accept that what Amor came to reveal to us was something that we have been chasing since it happened? Humans have been trying to fulfill that destiny since the beginning of it. And a lot of us have, but the life, the way it reflected, it didn't feel good to the human. They're like, oh, we gotta really die? No, you ain't gotta die, but you gotta be willing to die physically. Because if you aren't even willing to die, you already trapped in density. You already attached to something that Amor wasn't. Like, you gotta think about, like, God, Jesus knew what his mission was. He came to fulfill it. However, even throughout knowing his mission, he tried to, can we do this a different way? I don't want to do this for them, And I can only imagine, like, that density. I can't imagine that density. It feels, I can't describe it, y'all. I can't describe what I know and feel about anything no more. So that's part of the reason why I'm wanting to, like, just keep me for me more. Like, I feel like I've done a lot, and I've done and I wouldn't even just say enough, because there's always work to be done. There's always more that I want to, like, cultivate with this. But I'm asking myself, and I'm letting you all know that I want me for me, like, not just from a selfish to do what I want to do with me, but so that I could be more clear with God, what God is calling me to do. Be more open to what is righteous and pure to my spirit. To listen to what my body needs, not from the entities that I've attached, but not that I'm not going to listen to them, because some of that is, you're going to have to sit with that. I'm going to have to sit with y'all, and I'm not ducking no action. I just, like, I'm at a place where I don't want to be, like, out of control of the things I very much can't control. If God says we have the power to put these things at bay, then I want to at least put the things I have the power to put at bay. And that way, at least I'm doing my work. So anything that I'm not doing, my angels got me. So it's not like my angels working overtime. God can't really come through like they want to, because, bitch, you got too much junk in the trunk. Too much junk in the trunk. It's cute. It look good. What I'm supposed to do with it? I can't do shit with that. And it's one of the things that I realized has allowed us to wallow in our madness, in our struggle, and our low vibration, is not getting the outcomes we feel that we deserve, even when we do accept it. Like, I need to read the Job story again, but a part of me feel like at some point Job wasn't as humble about the things God was putting. At some point he was like, okay, God, like, what kind of games are you really playing? Like, this ain't that for me. But if this is what I gotta do, okay, bet. I ain't gonna curse your name, deny you, and da 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 da. But that don't mean I can't curse my mama for having me. Can't curse my daddy for having me. I can't curse. Oh, hi.
I follow you on Facebook.
Oh, you follow me on Facebook? How you follow me on Facebook? It's magic?
I saw you the other day, and I went straight to my Facebook profile. So I was saying hi, but it felt like you were on the phone. I didn't want to.
Oh, no. I'm okay. Yeah. Okay, you gonna reach out on Facebook? Okay. Nice to see you. Have a good night. Like, I gotta now. This is why I'm about to get a whole nother freaking I gotta get off the internet. I have to bro, because where are you going? And then like, bro, what you mean you follow me on Facebook and you found me in real life? Like, this is not the first time this has happened. I've had so many people do this. I've had people who actually just lied about. Yeah, I'm not even finna begin to try to even understand that, but I don't want to be unsafe, and some people can be weird, especially when they see what I got on my fucking page. Shit. But yeah, so yeah, I come outside. You got so much opportunity, so much access, so much ability. And I feel like everyday humans are just finding an excuse to not live, to not do the work, to not live in our truth, to not live in our purpose and our power. We're so powerless, or we feel so powerless. Fear, all this stuff that got us bombarded with lies. And I'm curious to know, what are these things that have us bound? Like, it's a real thing, y'all. Like, I'm not coming at y'all. I'm not coming for y'all. I'm not coming from a place of high horse and y'all. Like, yeah, I truly believe y'all need to get it together, but I'm talking to us. I'm a part of that, y'all. That's why I'm so bold about it, because I'm handling my ass the same way. But also, we have to know when gentle parenting is needed and when you got to get your ass up and get this shit together. You're fucking up. Or you causing me to, like, I can't function. So, your shit is creeping in over here. I can't deal with that. So people got to at least be at a point where they could at least, you know, you can manage your shit 75 to 80, 90% of the time. You may got something going. But anybody under that 75%, you need to stop leaking. You leaking on everybody and you not containing your shit. And all you motherfuckers bypassing, only trying to feel one emotion and not the other ones. Why do you think so much imbalance exists in the world, bro? You gotta think about that sometimes. Like, if you genuinely are a happy person all the time, which I feel like happens for people who genetically just didn't go through a lot of trauma, but that's the way epigenetics went, that ain't really happening right now. So I feel like the manifestation part for that is really bypassing and trying to escapism and transmuting, like transferring that energy into the ethers. But it gotta go somewhere. So guess what? When you don't want to feel your anger, when you don't want to feel your sadness, your frustration, your guilt, it goes to the person who drinks every day and who's willing to process it and deal with that spirit. You would think that a person is drinking because they have sorrows of their life, but then you get to a point where you realize, I done drunk myself through my sorrows. I done passed away, resurrected, and I'm past my own pain. What the fuck is this? It's a spirit, because you now house the channels and the frequencies that allows this energy to be alchemized. We need alcohol. Like when I think about the kings and queens that had banquets and wine, like we need wine and we need things that help us cope with reality, and balance out our experiences. It's the obsessiveness, it's the hyper focus on this and the under focus on this. It's the medication and the suppressing of the problem and not actually resolving the problem. And so with that experience, I'm just desiring to like figure out a more balanced flow for me. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I've been managing my shit, YouTube postings, my Facebook group. I don't really like Instagram too much no more. Like, I've been managing like how I want my expressions to be. Not doing no new content right now. I'm gonna wait till I get to a more sacred, energetic whole space within my mind, within my life, for even any of that. If I take some sexy pictures and something come up, okay, fine. But right now it's just vibes, and it's more like a expression of who I was when I was in that space. But it is gonna always exist for me to like experience myself in that realm. So I'm like trying to figure out like all the things that I'm doing. Like, you on a surface level, you're like, okay, you got OnlyFans, okay, you got all these social media, but what is your intention? And when you realize like, yeah, it may look like it's just like another account, it's just this, but it's like my intent, the magic behind it is so big. So I'm gonna like, when I take time off social media, I'm telling y'all this now so that I can actually witness the power of my words manifest. I believe that when I do this 30-day just completely no social media, like really not using my phone, let's just for work and talking to people that I need to communicate with, and like if like I'm paying my payment stuff and stuff like that, but really just 30 days being in my physical world, journaling, fasting, meditating, whatever I gotta do, but anything but technology, 30 days, and then come back and manifesting. Like, what things I want to see manifested by that time is that I want to see that the stuff that I've already put forth on social media starts to curate and move mountains in people's world. Even if it's just one person who life is completely transformed by navigating or experiencing my energy in any capacity, I will know that the time that I spend cultivating and choosing to focus on myself is a time well spent. And even if it don't happen like that, I trust that my decision is rooted in me desiring and knowing what I need to fulfill my greatest purpose. And so I'm hopeful and I'm excited, and I look forward to seeing what God has for me, you, and the whole entire world around us. I'm dispelling fear daily and really dealing with myself on the micro and the macro. And this is a moment by moment, step by step, day by day. And it's literally like you can't be willing to miss a moment. And it's unfortunate how serious we got to get to implement change right now, because it didn't have to be like this if we were who we always, if we just all just be who we already are and stop adding extra pressures on others and ourselves to be what we clearly are not. This is the complete opposite of a world that was designed by the highest supreme. Like, what, when you think about the world, like from the whole spectrum, like, is this a satisfying creation, or is this then you kind of just want, you wish you tossed, or you wish you never made, or you wish you spent a little bit more time cultivating, because what the fuck did you do? It ain't really like you wanted it, you know? And I'm not saying that's how God is looking at us or not, but I'm just saying that there is something that we could do to cultivate a better life for ourselves and for each other. And that's something that I'm wanting to do step by step, moment by moment, boundary by boundary, because I'm big on my boundaries now. Nope, You will not hijack me. You will not rob me, molest me. You will not. I don't give a. I would rather miss out on love or miss out on something than to expose myself to it and to your version of it and get brokenhearted. Like, no. Like, there isn't. Humans cannot provide me the level of love and support that I've already received from God and the divine. They could only trust and love themselves enough and align to what God is telling them to do. But like the day people are like, it'll make sense. But for now, I'm good. And I'm gonna just focus on some other things. I may go for a walk again, and I'm probably gonna just figure out what I want to do with myself, because I need to take a bath. So yeah, I'm gonna see y'all.